Hi guys.
What's up, people?
I know this is different. Mario's driving.
I know your camera perspective did not flip. And it's still early. Let people gotta let people show up. It's Labor Day. I know people are off, chilling, enjoying themselves. How was your weekend?
It was pretty chill. I didn't really do nothing.
Okay, yeah, me neither.
Just, hung out with some peoples.
Just kicked it.
Yeah, just hung out with some friends and stuff. That was about
That's
it.
about it. I had this real dope suit like Saturday. It was like a day party I went to.
Oh, word. You got to wear a suit to your day?
Yeah, it was a real dope day party. Like me and my homies,
cool.
we all kind of wore the same,
See, I had
same
matching
type of
outfits
suit.
like it was the 90s.
A little bit, we R&B group too.
That's what's up. What was the name of your R&B group?
Oh man, that's what
Hey, you're Solemn.
You're Solemn, what's up? I mean, your Rudy's in the building.
Yeah. No, I'm going to be ratchet to put on lip gloss.
That's what you do. That typical.
I mean, I'm enjoying the perks of
Hands free.
no, yeah, like
Yeah, it's
not
cool over there.
not having be the driver and stuff.
That's
so.
cool. I'm allowing it for today. Just chilling. I might let you go back to your post because I know you enjoy it. Enjoy driving.
No.
You do it so well.
I know. It's all the years of experience.
Yeah.
But yeah. So what are you guys up to this weekend?
I'm up to get another person to join. I wasn't able to see.
I don't know who. A 40. Thanks, a 40. Yeah, we had
Thank you.
It was fun.
It was cool.
It was
cool.
real fun. I can't even front. Like it was the best wedding I was in ever.
Yep, I can also say that.
We're going to my parents' house. We're just now leaving the house, girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you better do some running around. Probably still gonna come and hang out with y'all in a minute.
That's pretty much it.
Brother Tom, what's happening, fam?
We just going to my parents' house so we can get my dad's suck so I can turn that in.
Turn it in.
Yeah. So that's pretty much. And then after that, I mean, I don't know, you're solemn. So if y'all want to do something, we can.
Yeah.
But yeah, what's up, Tone?
Someone else just joined us. I wasn't able to see.
Francia. I went to high school and stuff with her. That's that Dunwoody shouty, that Wildcat Pride, bruh. You can't really sound hood.
Not at all.
saying
Not saying Dunwoody. After you say Dunwoody, everything else just
Whatever.
Nope. If you were a product of the day, like you can't sound hood when you talk about your school unless your school has been renovated to look like a prison or your school don't exist no more. Those are the only two ways.
My
you can
elementary
talk
school
hood
don't exist no
about
more.
Your school. No.
No.
Right. Okay.
Norwood is not around.
Well, you can say Norwood like Norwood is hood, but you can't say Dunwoody like it is.
Thank you, Tone.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate it. Left hand band gang squad, bro. We really about to do that for real. Like you don't know. Like I already got the marketing lined up in my hand.
Mario was so
Not
mad
even in my
because he was
head,
like,
in my
he
hand.
wanted to take a picture with all y'all married folks like this.
Yeah,
like,
all the married homies that were in the building because it was you. I don't know. I think I introduced you to my homie John Grant. He was the one doing his thesis. I don't know if y'all ever linked up, but him at that same table with him, my homie. You met Jamie at the cookout. So yeah, my homie Jamie Lake, him and his wife are there.
No Avondale on this post.
Good day. R.I.P. Avondale, high school and middle school, bro. Like I have no educational history in DeKalb County. All my schools are gone. All my schools are gone. They took Hooper away from me. Avondale Middle was open for like 8 years. I don't even know what they're doing with the building.
Of course we won't forget about you guys.
What's getting to y'all? What's
Gosh,
happening?
Nikki.
What's
I
happening?
didn't even see that you joined, Nikki.
We
God.
saw y'all this morning too. We can't forget y'all.
I was about to say, literally, we saw you this
hung out with
morning.
y'all this morning.
Oh man, it was fun
cool.
though. We got to learn about the mutual fighting laws in Seattle. So,
man, yo, if you ever go to Seattle, if you consent to fight the other person, if you get into a fight with somebody, shout out to Shannon for putting us up on this. So the mutual combat law in Seattle pretty much states that if you are getting into a fight with the person and the police officer arrives, and if you and that other person consent to this fight, the police officer will let y'all stand there and fight. So the cop will serve as a ref, and he will be there until a person is knocked out or if you concede to a loss. Like, bruh, I guess that's what's up, Seattle.
Shannon is
Shannon's
dying.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that's the craziest thing.
Like, bruh, that's literally a dueling law. Like,
wow, she said Mo ain't even up yet. Yeah, we woke up around noon and we were like, crap, we were supposed to take my dad's tux to the place.
I woke up at 7:30. Like, okay, so let me.
Yeah, Mario woke up and was like, all right. And then I woke up and like, it's 11:55. He was like, oh, man.
I woke up 5 minutes ago, bro. I really didn't feel like it was that long. Like, I went and pulled, like, the head of the household card for the first time in a minute.
He did.
Right? So last night, she was tired.
This morning.
This morning, right.
4 in the morning.
It was like 4 or 5 in the morning. She was like, we gonna go into this and this now. I was like, no. As the head of the household, you just gonna stay there and sleep. I'm gonna go handle all the stuff we gotta handle, and we gonna just come back and kick it. And that was the goal. So I tried. My intentions were good.
His alarm went off?
My alarm went off.
I said, Mario, your alarm? He's like, all right, cool. I'm about to get ready to go.
I woke up.
And then the next thing I know
it was 12 o'clock. Like, so I don't know what happened between me waking up and turning off ultralight beam to like, Mario, it's almost noon. Like, it was like a 5-hour gap that's unaccounted for. I don't know what happened. I kind of think she roofied me. Did you roofie me?
Maybe the lady who kept not having any other alcohol we ordered roofied you.
Yeah, man. Like,
I used to love Intermezzo. Like, and their chicken fajita. Their chicken quesadillas. They redid their menu. They got rid of.
They got like a 6-item menu now. Pretty much.
Yeah, and Nikki, we don't know. We're all just probably gonna meet up later because this is their last night, and I love my cousin, and yeah, we're gonna hang out with them. But yeah, so we had Intermezzo, so we were like, all right, let's do a shot of Fireball. Cool. She comes back.
I'm sorry, we don't have Fireball.
She was like, well, do you want to chill? We were like, so, no. And he was like, and then the server, she was like, it's kept in the refrigerator. So I'm like, if it's kept in the refrigerator, why are you asking?
Isn't it chilled already? Like, you're not going to put it on the grill. Like, you're not going to put Fireball on the grill.
So then she was like, oh, we don't have Fireball. So then we were like, what did I ask for after that?
XO Patron.
XO Patron, because I've gotten that before. So I was like, yes, I'm mad, shawty.
She's very angry about that.
Nah, but I'm saying I was like, all right, Patron XO. She comes back. And then it was like 7 questions on this shot of Patron. Do you want it in that glass? Do you want it in this glass? I'm like, I want a shot, bruh. So then she was just like, okay, so here's the, and then she comes back, oh, we don't have that either. I'm like, y'all have Grand Marnier. Okay, we got that. So she goes back and get it.
Finally.
And then she comes back with it, and I'm like, okay, finally. It took like 6 tries, but what is happening where? It's probably Emily trying to get back on radio. So.
Right, but I thought I saw multiple.
Hey, Shona.
Hello.
I know, Nikki, don't pay him no mind. She's talking about putting the Fireball on the grill.
I'm just saying, like, she was acting like she was going to heat it up. Like,
she was like, do you want it chilled? It's already kept in the refrigerator, so it is already chilled, but, whatever. So, yeah. Yay, Nikki said that now. But, yeah, Nikki, I had to go off on his manager one last time, and then he sent this little petty message and was like, I'll speak to her about it.
Nah, you got it, bro. I'm gonna handle it.
I'm good. We'll need you.
You straight, man. Like, my thing is, and this is, I'm not gonna put that company or that person on blast at the moment because I'm bigger than that. And I'm not gonna give the live stream that we're doing I'm not gonna give them any type of anything on this live stream.
Hot, please.
I'm down, y'all, 90 days, and then back to business. Nah, man. So it's just funny because basically, all right. So I picked up this overnight gig to pick up.
Thank you, Shanna.
Thank you. I picked up this overnight gig to like pick up like a little bit of extra bread for this wedding. So I was doing the job. It was all right. It was nothing.
I don't know, Nikki.
Long term, but
Shazzy, you still have a job?
I've always got a job. I'm a photographer and a videographer. So
yeah, he still has that job too.
I always have a job, Nikki. Like Mario Cordell LLC and Weddings by Cordell. I always work there. Like, I have a job. I'm sorry, you're right. I have a career. You're right. I don't know if I have a job, Nikki. I have a career. I have multiple careers.
Lord, y'all, he finna kill us.
No, I'm not.
He doesn't know how to drive and do videos.
Yeah, I can't, address the camera and drive at the same time.
It's a talent. I'm so happy for you guys. Thank you for letting me be able to witness such a beautiful picture. Thank you, Elsa. We love you.
Thank you.
We love the lights you and Ruth I put up.
Yes, they were awesome.
That was fun. Lee.
Exactly. No, I always Cordell.
What's funny is Mario was like trying to tag me in something on Facebook, and he was like, "What's your name on here? Didn't you change your name?" Like,
nah. So when you go and search, when you're sending, like when you're tagging people in comments, it didn't change your name yet. So I went and was like, "What's your profile picture right now?" Oh, my bachelorette pic. Well, okay, bet. Now click it, and I was like, "Oh, there it is." So it's that was really bold.
that
But
was.
yes.
Thank
so
you,
it's
Janina.
there. Thank
She's
you,
like-
thank you. Oh, she's congratulating you. She didn't congratulate me. I'm sorry. Well, congratulations to you for getting there. Man.
So me and Mario we did our own vows. We wrote our own vows. Well, I wrote mine. He winged it.
I freestyle, man. Don't say I winged it. Then it just sounds like I didn't care. I
So
freestyled
no,
my vows.
but I mean, when we do the video, y'all will get to see
Yeah.
probably parts of it. But it was funny because I kept telling Mario, I was like, it don't matter what your vows are, bro. Mine's gonna shut it down.
She was competing over vows.
Like,
That's
I
what it
told
was.
him this. I'm like, my
I'm
vows
saying.
are gonna kill it.
And
Do
they
I
were
look
dope.
pale
Her
today?
vows were
Okay,
dope.
no, I don't.
No.
I had shades on, so I
No,
realized
shit.
everything was dark.
You look like Andre 3000 clone right now.
With
Because you
the,
still got the Hopper Show jewelry on and
with
then the
the-
cat ear
I
glasses.
know, I don't even have earrings on because I was like, I don't know what to do, and I couldn't take this off. So yeah.
The cat ear glasses and Hopper Show jewelry.
She said, "Girl, just both of us now."
Oh, okay.
And so I kept telling Mario, like, your vows ain't gonna be on my level, bro.
I wasn't even, and see, the thing is, it wasn't a competition.
It wasn't, but
Like, I'm
we joke around like that. So I'm just like, yeah, I got you beat. I got you beat. So
Alright. So
so
she been having her
afterwards-
vows up for like 4 months.
afterwards, I mean, I wrote it in one setting and I had it done. I was
Right.
like, this is it. So
Actually,
after
no, you have, because you said you wrote those for like my birthday, and you was going like,
I started writing something for your birthday, and I
Yeah.
was like, bump this. I'm keeping this for the wedding. This was too good.
right. So basically, you had that since last September. So you've had your vows done for a year,
Yeah.
pretty much. Okay. That's
I haven't
cool.
worked on it, but they've been done.
Okay, so they've been done for a year.
But listen, so
Okay, go ahead.
after the wedding, everyone's like, yo, Ryan, you had bars. Like, your vows killed it. You had me crying. All this other stuff. And so Mario was like, yo, I had vows too. Like,
Like, bro, like, I spent a freestyle 16 on my wedding, dude.
It was like the funniest thing to me because he was just like, no, nobody saw my vows.
I
Like,
gave y'all a hot 16 off the top of my head on my wedding day.
I
The
think
degree
when-
of difficulty on that alone should have gotten me something.
great wedding. Wish I could have been there. Hey, thank you for coming.
Oh, this was up, school. Appreciate you.
I even asked about you because I was like, did he come?
Yeah.
And Mario was like, yeah, I saw him and talked to him.
Introduced me to his
And I was
lovely
like,
lady.
oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
So I didn't get to see him. It didn't seem like it was a lot of people, but it
Oh,
was
no,
still
it
like
was- it was
130 people.
Scooter,
So,
did you get to see my pops while you was there?
you know.
Because I
But
know they probably saw each other. But, you know, I don't know. It's like I kind of saw people with people, but yeah, it was a lot going on.
Mario, your vows didn't rhyme. So, yep, you fit
Fine. Hers didn't either.
Mine was, I didn't say mine was a hot 16, though.
I'm just saying though, they were a high 16 because they had meaning and substance and context. Nikki just, because you know, I referenced the rehearsal.
LeBron is not the GOAT, cuz I'm sorry. LeBron is garbage. That's why we're going to travel like him.
That's why we're going to travel just like him.
But, like, when I wrote, I'm like, these are probably the best. Like, I killed them vows, bro.
Yeah, vows
Yes,
are
what
dope.
my hubby said. 90 days, then back to business. You guys are hilarious. So, yeah, I was just like, I was cranking up because Mario was like, hey, did anybody hear my vows? I had vows too. And then I think, like,
No, people heard my vows. I heard the and all that. I almost got you to cry
his
during my
freestyle
vows.
was good.
Appreciate
But
it.
your basketball reference was hot.
She killed it though.
Ah!
Yeah, Scooter said that.
Yeah.
It's cool. Hey, but I told you killed it. I was like, bet. Because I was like, the whole time I was like, wow, yes, she killed it. It's like no one's like, okay, whose was better. I was like, can we at least acknowledge mine were good? That's all I want.
They
Like,
were good.
Okay, cool.
You just woke up, Sephora.
Sephora just woke up. That's
Sephora, I'm
what's
gonna
up.
screenshot something and send it to you later. But yeah, I was sitting there cracking up because Mario was just like, did no one hear my vows? But no, Candace
Yeah.
this morning was like, you know, your vows made her do her ugly cry.
Your ugly cry.
Yeah, you
I got an ugly cry out of somebody.
cry out of her.
Cool. That's just it.
So, you know, I don't know. I had fun.
Yeah, it was good.
We got
So,
behind.
It happened. She ain't go, oh man, when we ran behind, bruh, I thought it was gonna be over.
Mario, the ladies was about to cry. So you did good
I
too.
did good. That's what's up. That was the goal. That was the goal.
I knew Mario was gonna say this like heartfelt, touching thing and be all mushy, and so that's why I was like, I'm about to do fun vows because, hey, bump it.
Yep. I figured one of us was gonna do it, so I was like, she probably gonna like it.
Your song said you made her cry like a bee. My reflection, my heart, and my protector, Rahel.
Exactly.
Yours was good, but Mario's references, man.
Bruh.
Love how they all came back together. He did that.
Exactly. And that wasn't even a goal. It was like, it just like in the moment I realized what I did, I was like, wow, I literally just wrote my vows right there in front of all y'all. Like in my mind. Like it was like I had one line in my head from the beginning, which was we love different. And that was like that has been in my head since like when I first started working on my vows.
Thug tears.
Exactly.
Yo, why I said I was gonna take one of the groomsmen group pictures, because I know they weren't smiling in one of them because I was looking at them, and I was gonna hashtag it thugs and tucks. So I was cracking up. But I will say this: I know Mario swore I was gonna cry,
She was right there,
and I did not cry.
She didn't. She was like right there.
Probably because I was so annoyed with your cousin to be crying. I was like, how we got a whole program and did our whole wedding and you doing whatever you want? Like,
this is my thing. If you gonna call the audible, I don't mind. As a coach, it's like I kind of give my players the freedom. If you see something different, call the audible and we'll talk about it later. I'm standing right here. Rahel's standing across from me. The Reverend is like standing next to us. Actually, no, she wasn't even standing across from me yet. So basically, I'm pretty much facing Tehran.
Yeah, you're facing Tehran.
The Reverend is standing
I'm facing
right
the Reverend.
Rahel is next to me, and her father is next to her on the other side holding a walker. So let's think of So let's think
I'm gonna give backstory. My father,
Okay.
Yeah, my father has cancer. It ended up spreading to his leg. They got rid of it in his leg. He still has stage 4 lung cancer in his in his lungs. But the leg, he no longer has cancer in it, but it had fractured. It ended up like pretty much breaking his bone.
Yeah, the bone was brittle and it fractured, and he had to have surgery to repair the fracture.
They put a rod in my dad's leg in June 30th actually. So since then, my dad has been in and out the hospital and has been working really, really hard.
Yeah. He was rehabbing, doing 2 a days.
He was doing 2 a days.
He had a couple of slip-ups where he actually fell, and we thought he wasn't going to be able to do it at all. So it was great to see him have that moment. Like, I was happy for her to have that moment because I know she wanted that.
We had it to where I walk out from inside the building. They open the door, and my dad is there, and because we just put a chair there. And so my dad had his walker. I'm holding my dad, I put my arm through it. He's using a walker. We get to the end, and he was trying to go fast. I was like, "Take your time. They ain't gonna start without me. I'm good." So
he was just ready to give you away.
And so we get up there, and
you give him for Mario changed his mind.
The way that we had told him we wanted it done was, we get up there. Y'all be seated. On behalf of both families, we welcome you. We thank you for being here today. Then turn to my dad and say, "Who gives this woman away?" And then my dad says, "I do," because again, my dad is on a walker, so my dad can sit down.
Keyword: man on a walker.
The Reverend decided that he proceeds to do this really long welcome where he butchers. First of all, if you're gonna if you want to do a welcome like that, at least ask me what my family's name is, because we're Ethiopian. Any of my Habesha people know that back home in Ethiopia, you take your father's name. Right. So, like, if me and Mario were in Ethiopia, we had kids right now, and his kid's name would be like whatever we name him the first name, and the last name is Mario. So my last name has always been hyphenated, but I always went by Bata. So Brahane was my dad's name at one point. Long story. So anyway, Rahel Brahane Bata. My brother's Michael Brahane Bata. Whatever. But my dad is Twalde Tuklu because my dad's father's name is Tuklu. My mom's name is Ababa Haile Kiros because my grandfather. I call my grandfather Ababa. My grandfather's name was Haile Kiros. So I'm like, you get up there. He's like, on behalf of the Lee and the Beta family. I'm like, no, it's the Tuklu family. If you're gonna say it,
right. My thing is,
but
this is my thing. Don't
wing it, and you don't even know the backstory. Like, that's why I didn't want you to say certain names. you know, because he kept trying to say, well, you don't want to say your middle name. No, I don't want my middle name given. So we get up there. He's like, on behalf of the Beta family. And then, mind you, he's asked like 5 times. That day alone, he asked me 3 times how to say my last name. And I was like, Bata.
He asked me 4 times at the rehearsal. I wrote it down for him. I gave.
And Mario even wrote oh Lord, I can't talk today. Phonetic version.
And then I wrote it in the ghetto phonetic way, just in case the true phonetic way didn't really work. So the BAATAA, Bata, literally wrote it just like that. And it was like, please do not. Please do not get this girl's name wrong. As much as she hates it when people get her name wrong,
I do.
To a point where I get mad when people get her name wrong, because I know I got to deal with it.
Candace, you got a shout out earlier, by the way. I know you just joined.
Welcome,
when we were talking about Mario vows. But
I appreciate your ugly cry, Candace. That means somebody really felt what I was saying to her, because someone, I don't know.
So yeah, I'm like, okay, you get up here, you butcher my name, and then I'm like, the Tuklu family. He's like, Tuklu.
Dude,
my father was even like Tuklu. He was like, oh. Yeah. So my dad's up here. My dad is starting to get weak.
I'm like, dude.
I'm sitting here like, my dad is on this walker, holding on to this walker. He's shaking, so I literally have my arm up under my dad, and I'm holding my dad up, like with my left arm. And he goes up here and is like, repeat after me. We're like, why are we repeating after you?
Wait, dude.
And then he was like, we had to say something to be like, you know, do you say blah blah blah? And Mario's like, I do. But I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, how we saying I do to each other? My daddy ain't gave me away yet.
I'm like, what?
So then he finally gets to the point where he's like, well, who gives this woman away? My dad was so tired and weak, and he was just like, I do. Like, you couldn't even hear my dad because he was so tired. So then I stopped. And so the Reverend was like, okay, you step up here. I'm like, you can hold on a second. And you had my daddy standing up here so long. I'm going to make sure my dad sit down. Right. So I go and help my dad. And I turned everybody, was like, you know, I'm a daddy's girl, so I got to make sure he's straight first before anything. My daddy's going to be sitting in his chair before we move on. All right, cool. He's in the chair. I think he was a funeral director, not a wedding officiant. He talked so slow. And you know, the only reason he married us originally.
Let me give y'all a little insight and backstory to that. So, true story, it's actually my cousin. Now that's why, you know, I'm kind of upset, because we told him this, and initially it was supposed to be, you know, my dad who did the actual ceremony for us. For those who were at the wedding, my dad was the guy front row. Bald head,
came out with your mom.
Did the scripture. It came out with my mother. That would also be a good indicator that he was my father. So yeah. But yeah, anyway, he was initially the one that Rahel initially was like, what would you use your dad? And I was like, that's a cool idea, let's try it. We ran it past him. And you know, he was cool, he was able to do it, but as time got on, I guess he felt like he wasn't going to be able to make it through the ceremony without getting emotional. My father tends to get emotional at times. It happens. It's okay. It works. It's who he is. So when he hit me with that, and you know, my mom was like, yeah, he just kind of wants to be, you know. Well, my mom said he didn't think he could do it because he'd be emotional. She gave me the 100 answer. Yeah. And I was like, okay, cool. That makes sense. And then, you know, he gave me the, can I just enjoy it from my father's perspective? Which is like the 80 answer. So it's like, say the whole thing. But I got where he was coming from. I was like, okay, that's cool. We can do a scripture. We can do that.
Exactly.
So, you know, he did the scripture for us.
So,
but, you know, he asked.
Go ahead.
He asked Harlan. So Harlan is a cousin on my mom's side, but he and my dad are real cool because they hung out a lot. So he requested that he did it. I didn't have a problem with him doing it because, I mean, he's still family.
And it was kind of like 2 weeks before the wedding, or 2.5 weeks before the wedding or so. So it was kind of like, okay, so it's too late to ask anyone else. So, okay, fine. But, and he's done weddings before. Yeah. So it's like, all right. But then he gets there and then it's like, you just freaking changed everything we wanted. So then he was like, so finally my dad sat down and I'm like, all right. So then he's like, repeat after me. And me and Martin was like, no. And he was just like, yeah, we're not. So we wrote our own vows because we no offense to anyone that's gotten married and love like the, you know, and do the regular vows. There's nothing wrong with the regular vows. However, Mario and I are not regular folks.
No.
Oh, sweet, I love your dad. So yeah, me and Mario are definitely not regular people. So for me, I felt like me writing vows that are geared towards Mario and I made more sense. So I'm like, well, I gotta say this through richer and poor. That's why I said richer and richer. And then I was like, and then he was like, and then he looked so confused. He just looked at me, and I was like, and poor, like just to make him feel better so we can move on. But I'm like, and then he's like, okay, so y'all want to do the sand ceremony? I'm like, no, we want to do our own vows we wrote. So he's like, oh, okay, go ahead.
I'm sitting here like.
And so then we did our vows, and then he was like, all right, now we do the sand ceremony. We're like, no, the rings. And I've never seen rings do like that, done like that. He was like, can I have the rings? We gave him the rings. So usually when you ask for the rings, you say something about the ring. No, these rings signify blah, blah, blah. He was just like, oh, okay, and gave us back the rings. I'm like, okay. So then he was like, now put the rings on each other's finger. I'm like, aren't we supposed to say with this ring, I do what? I'm like, okay, you know what? Whatever. So we put the rings on. I was like, now we do the sand ceremony. And now we're done.
Go back to the rings.
Oh.
So apparently everybody forgot which hand goes on what. And someone remembered sooner than others. So what I did, and I did this for 2 reasons.
He pointed to that ring, so that's why, that finger, that's what threw me off.
Right. So this is the thing. So I did this for 2 reasons. I actually wore a ring on my right hand. There's 2 reasons why I wore this ring. One, my dad gave me that ring, and that was like the first time I ever wore it. Like, I gave me the ring when I was younger. It was like, I'm really not a jewelry on my hands person. Like, that's why this is really going to be an adjustment for me. But, you know, I put that on my hand just to do it because, you know, it was a cool little heirloom ring. So I'm thinking if I have a son, I'll give it to him. He can rock it on his. And then also, if there's a ring on this finger already as a man, that should automatically tell you the other hand is the hand that the ring is going to go on. Like, I did that to easily prompt. She caught it after the nerves kind of shook off.
Well, he pointed to that finger, so I was like, okay. And then I'm like, wait, no.
I'm like, give me this ring back. That's why I was like, give me this ring back. It goes on this hand. I'm telling them.
Thank you, Haven. I love you guys. I'm so sad that I didn't get to come to Oxum Alumni because I had surgery, but we have another friend of ours in Chicago and stuff, so we're gonna come back to Chicago soon. Hopefully next year. When Mario get this job at Delta, we're gonna come.
Yeah, once the Delta gig comes through, we're just gonna try like LeBron.
I know Eden was telling me that she was sending you and Sinai videos and pictures and stuff, so y'all could be feeling like y'all are there. Aw, thank you, Charity. But yeah, so we finally got through it. I'm like, this dude here, and I had to just brush it off. It's a lot of craziness, like the tuxedo issue on Thursday, which made everything crazy on Friday, which made things, and then Saturday, the photographer, the officiant, the caterer, like everything was just chaos in the morning.
There was a lot going on. We're gonna say chaos. You can't give full BTS. Like, you
I wonder what happened. Huh?
You can't just be venting live completely.
No, I'm just saying, like, I'm just saying it was just craziness all around. And it's funny because Mario was like, I handled it better than I thought. I was just like, like, what would being angry about it or sad about it would do? So I was just like, oh well, keep it moving. Because I couldn't eat the food because they, alright, you're solemn, just text me. But yeah, I was like, the person that brought the food, and we told them no fish. Well, we told the girl no fish, and the caterer, and to bring us a plate, and the caterer still brought us a plate that had fish on it, well, had the salmon cakes on it, and I'm allergic to fish. I had an EpiPen, but we're like, no, and so it kind of touched the other food of mine, and then Sephora did take mine and Mario's for us, but at that point, I'm like, man, it's been on this plate, I don't know what else it touched on the plate, so I literally took like 2 bites of the grits, and that was it. I didn't eat the waffle.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't touch anything on the plate. And so I was just like, oh, well, keep it moving. I had a waffle that morning. Shout out to Kristen for making me go downstairs with her. And I had waffles and eggs at the hotel.
You and Kenny, y'all had...
No, Kenny had met up. We had run into Kenny later, but we had went down there. Yes, girl, you look beautiful. And I was happy to see the whole family happy and everything else. Yeah. Thank you, girl.
I was trying to find the mirror. Like, I was looking at the idiot. Sorry. I'm actually trying to check the review. Like, that's the review.
But yeah, I mean, all in all, we had fun. We're still tired.
I'm actually not tired. I'm good.
I mean, not not tired like we want to go to sleep, but just our bodies are tired. And that's what he says now. I bet you when we get home tonight and we get into bed to go to sleep, and we gonna sleep for like 12 hours. But it was cool.
It was just, literally going, I say from Friday night, Saturday morning, I probably went to sleep. I think after I made my post on Facebook around 2:30 a.m., I probably went to sleep like an hour later. I popped right back up around 7.
I think I might have got like 2 hours of sleep Friday.
Yeah.
We got like, what, an hour of sleep on Thursday?
I probably got, yeah.
Oh
yeah, Thursday we didn't get no sleep because we was up with Cordales Ken. Like, Kenny was like...
It was an appearance of Cordales Ken by way of vodka.
By way of Smirnoff. I didn't even know that was possible.
I would have got you a new plate. I know you would have, Sephora, but cool, at that point, it wasn't even what I wanted. So I didn't even want to look at another plate.
Look, it was just... It was... I don't know. It was interesting.
It was. And then after we went back to the hotel, Kenny had made a bottle run for Cavassier. He had brought me a Chick-fil-A sandwich and some fries. So I was straight. That held me over till we got to the Habesha party.
It was cool.
But
everyone, as long as, if the people enjoyed the food at the, reception, cool.
But yeah, I had fun. Like, we were on go, like, all day.
Pretty much.
But it was cool because I was glad that I was able to, like, let some of my American friends and some of y'all on Facebook, because, we didn't really live on Saturday night.
A lot of the homies did. So,
yeah, a lot of the people there, like our wedding party was like posting stuff. But, I felt like Sunday, that's why I went live Sunday for like one dance, because I felt like that was more, that was even more traditional.
But, was a lot more,
I was just happy to be able to share like a part of my culture with like my friends, and it was cool. And Mario's family, and Mario's dad and mom danced. Mario's mom like really got out of her comfort zone, and that was awesome.
Really did. That was cool. Like, she fully embraced Habesha culture. I'm not sure if she knows what she was doing or why she did it, but she did it.
I mean, some of the stuff we didn't know. And shout out to Chuck, because Chuck was sitting next to me. Yeah. And he was asking me questions, but then he was like, he thought that I was just like not really wanting to give him the answer, because he was like, so why do we do that? I'm like, there's no reason we do it. We just do it because we do it. And then so he asked my cousins last night, and they were like, decoration, we just do stuff, like, you know.
Hey, there's a lot of things that
ain't no party like a Habesha party, because the Habesha parties
they literally don't stop. Like, they probably still partying at the Cigar Center right now.
Look, Sephora, we left around 11:30 last night.
Yeah.
From the party, they did the little send off. They were singing and stuff like they did Saturday night. And we get in the car and we pull off. And then like 20 minutes later, my cousin Eden that was sitting up there with us, she went in there and was like, your daddy's still in here dancing to show me the video. Hey, Isha, what's up? So everyone that's seen anything in our wedding or at our wedding, all the decor and stuff, that was all Isha.
That was all Eugenia's affair. My cousin Aisha Scott Newton and my auntie Clarenda Scott.
Yeah,
they made everything look amazing.
Yes, they did.
They did.
But we left, and my dad was still dancing and partying and stuff after we left. I don't even know what time they actually left last night.
Okay.
Because they were just in there turned. I'm like, okay. Love you too. Yeah, we had so much fun last night, and
this whole weekend,
everyone was like, you dancing more today. I'm like, yeah, because I don't have a 20-pound wedding dress on, for one.
Yo, so when I saw this dress, I was like, wow, it's beautiful. But I was like, how the hell am I supposed to move around with this big dress, man? Like, so I was like, the whole day I just felt like I was falling over the dress.
Look, once I got down the aisle, I ain't even care no more.
Yeah, like, I'm trying not to step on a dress. We can't walk side by side nowhere.
That's why I kept telling Mario, you're supposed to walk in front of me like this and hold my hand.
Yeah.
And Mario just kept going behind me. I'm like, because Mario's so used to walking behind me to try to make sure I don't fall nowhere.
Right, I'm so used to
I'm like, walk in front of me. Just don't pull me. That's another reason why Mario walks behind me, is because he has longer legs. He be trying to walk fast and he'll be done yanking.
I'm saying, like, one of my strides is 6 of her strides. So it's like, I try not to, like, do that.
But yeah, so I'm like, but on top of that, like, I had more fun like wearing my clothes. You know, I got the braids.
I got to wear a collar
and all of that. Like I wanted to have more fun. Like it was more fun for me. And I was requesting songs Sunday. Like my cousin, well, his name is Mulugeta, but he goes by Wadaromi, which means like son of Romi, and he's a really big singer, an Ethiopian singer. So he sings Tigrinya music. And so, like, his favorite song, like, my favorite Tigrinya song of all time, well, my favorite Ethiopian song of all time is Hawati. And Hawati is, it means obstacle. And obelisk. And so, we have these obelisks in our hometown of Aksum that are really big. And so, way back, I don't know, I feel like I'm giving a history lesson, but way back when they were colonizing Africa, Italy tried to come in to colonize Ethiopia. Ethiopia came together, they beat them, kicked them. Italy got mad, they went back. So fast forward, Italy and their feelings, they come back and they're like, no, this is the only country that's not colonized. We finna get this country. And so they came back and tried to do it again with I can't even think of the dude's name from Italy. Dang, it's gonna irk me. But anyway, they came back with him. They lost again, so they were in their feelings, so they took one of the Hawatis from us. And so the Hawati was in Italy, literally erected in Italy, in Rome, for like 70-something years, maybe 80 years. And in 2000, and we've been trying to get it back for years, and the argument has been, we feel like Italy should pay for it. Basically, it was like, y'all stole our thing, give it back to us, and you need to cover the cost. And Italy did not want to pay for this. And so basically, they finally realized, oh wait, we did steal it, so I guess we can deal with this. So in 2007, it was brought back to Aksum, and they erected it back in Aksum. And so when they did that, my cousin Wadaromi wrote this song about it, and it's called Hawati, and it's about the song about, you know, they took it from us and we got it back, and they brought it back, and it's like, he says in Italian, you know, once they brought it back in 1, 2, 3 pieces, and then he says in Tigrinya, you know, 1, 2, 3 pieces, because they had to break it up in 3 pieces to get it on a plane to bring it here because it's huge. And so they finally put it, you know, and so that's why he did that song, and that's like my all-time favorite song. And so I knew when I asked them to play it that my dad was gonna dance and stuff. Hi Shelby, love you too. And so my dad got up and came to dance. So, and then Mario, and the thing that made it so dope was like Mario parents would just get up and dance, like, just because, like, they weren't even like, oh, I have to wait till someone tells me. They just got up. They saw my dad got up to dance, and they was like, oh, well, if he dancing, we gonna dance.
I think everybody kind of got up on Hawati, because I think at this point, because I actually, go ahead.
Yeah, Hawati came on, and so it started with just us, and then literally, like, within 20 seconds, the whole dance floor is full because everyone's dancing. And my dad comes and Mario parents come. It was probably like 5 people sitting down in chairs at this point when we did Hawati. And the way you know I play this song way too much and I love this song is the fact that Mario knows parts of the songs because I play it. And so Mario's like singing along, and they're like, what? My mom is like cracking up. My mom and my dad are like laughing. Like, my mom was like, she played so much he know the song. I'm like, that is my jam. And it's basically like a shout out to our hometown, because it's like, you know, because that's where it's from. So
it's pretty much like, you know, the Aksum, California love.
It's pretty much. And so we were sitting there and we were just like having so much fun on that song. And then I put it on Facebook, the video on Facebook, and tagged Wadaromi in it, because I already know if my cousin was here in the States, he would have did that song. And then ironically, when I did the live video last night, that was another one of his songs. I didn't, when I told him to record the live video, I was like, oh, let me do a live video. I didn't think I didn't even think about it. And then it started playing, and it was like, oh, this is Wadaromi too. Right. But yeah, I love my cuz, and he's awesome, and his wife is awesome, and his son is like freaking awesome. So, it was fun. I had fun, and I didn't have none of my, I don't know if some of the American folks that came, you know, said it themselves, but I didn't have any ignorant questions asked of me. Yeah. So, it was cool, because I was like, man, watch somebody come in here. Watch one of these people. That's why I didn't want nobody to bring no thought of the week to our wedding, because I was like, somebody gonna come to this wedding they don't know, No, and they gonna make me punch him in the throat.
You didn't have to punch nobody in the throat.
I didn't. Maybe I wanted to punch a photographer in the throat, but I didn't. But besides that, and then did you notice he did the one thing that me and you hate about wedding photographers is getting away of the people there? Like when I tell you, me and Mario, we do this. So we should have been your easiest client. Even the videographer, she said we were the easiest client she ever had. And it was because we pretty much told her, you know, besides the typical stuff, you know, this is what we need. You know, these are the shots of certain things that I wanted. Like my jewelry. You know, I wanted shots in video of Mario's mom putting a bracelet on that used to be hers that she gave me. On my wrist, my mom putting on my necklace, my mom and Teron zipping up my dress, makeup, pictures, hair pictures, you know, normal stuff. And like the photographer just kept disappearing and holding me up because I can't put on my dress because first he had it. Then when I finally got my dress back, I couldn't put it up. I couldn't get done with it because he done walked off, so I can't get the shots. I'm like, it was just horrible. Yeah. And then he took a shot of Teron putting on my Pandora bracelet because I wasn't gonna wear it, but Mario bought me a charm, and so I wore it.
Was her wedding good?
That was a beautiful cultural experience. Yeah, thanks, Sephora. But yeah, so we're sitting there, and I'm like, where's the photographer? Why he keep disappearing? But yeah, I literally gave him a sheet, like. And my sheet, first of all, anyone that knows me knows I'm like, I could be borderline OCD when it comes to the planning stuff.
It's not even borderline.
So,
like, you've crossed that border a long time.
I had that shot list on point.
Yep. I actually approved. It was the perfect shot list.
Like, Mario literally did not have to change anything on my shot list.
Yeah, because she wanted me to go back and look over and say, make the adjustments.
And so he was like, all right, go through it. So I went through it. He was like, it ain't nothing to change. You did it perfectly. And I literally had it to where we had people rotating in the picture.
Like it was a flow shot.
So it was like, you know, we started with my family. Then we would add pieces to that and got all those type shots. And then my parents were done. And then we add a couple pieces and we were done with Mario's parents. Cool, parents are done, go. Then we started with the bridal shower.
Now before you do that, go give them a little wedding photographer insight and explain why.
Okay.
You kind of flow it like that.
One reason you do that is you keep people from disappearing because if you like, oh, I'm gonna do the parents. Okay, now I'm gonna do this person. Okay, now we need the whole family. Parents come back. It's too many people to keep up with to try to have people wandering off. Number two, I did it for time purposes because that way everybody know you have them lined up. I mean, you know, so you're ready. You know what shot is next. But he didn't have help. I've never heard of a photographer doing a wedding and not have help.
I've done it before, but even then, I'm on 20 because I know I have to be everywhere at once, and I'll set it up. Like anytime, like when people.
Hey, we're back. Okay, we were singing a song for you guys too. We were like, do do.
Yeah, we had the Jeopardy music playing because we was like, what is the duration of time before we get our live stream going again? But yeah, so you know, you do a shot, and I understand like with smaller weddings. I don't know what are you doing, bruh? Okay, I'm sorry. It was that. Oh my God, what are you doing? Oh God, she. Bless her heart. That's all I got.
Anyway, so you know, we made the sheet so we can make sure the shots are are done in a timely manner, and then on top of that, like any photography 101, like. If you know if you're there by yourself, especially, but even when we're not by ourselves, when it's me and Mario, we still have our lights set. We've already tested them, so we know how we want them, and they're off like to the side, like in a storage space somewhere. And we had a storage space that he could have put it in, but in a storage space somewhere. So as soon as the wedding is over, we can get to it.
Yeah, first thing I usually do when I go and do is like survey the building, like especially if it's a spot that I'm not able to get into until the day of. I'm probably there an extra hour early. I'm walking, I'm checking outlets, and I'm trying to figure out spots that I really think are going to be great for photo purposes. I'm checking for indoor and outdoor outlets. I'm asking about electrical. I'm making sure everything works. I'm checking with the venue planner and the actual wedding planner.
My brother. Yeah. This is my brother. Like, we got the same mama and daddy. My brother. Like, y'all Dunwoody folks know Mike. I went, and Peachtree Street folks. So my brother works for an audio-visual company in management. So he was like, all right, I got your speakers and mics and stuff, so that way you don't have to rent any. Or you don't have to worry about getting the DJs and have to pay this money to rent any. My brother was there Friday for the rehearsal, partly because he still was in it, because he had to walk my mom, light a candle, all that kind of stuff. But the other reason why is because he was like, afterwards, my brother was like, all right, so look, I've been peeping the space in between. It's here, so I could put a speaker there, and I could put one there. He was like, it'll work.
Done before we even left.
He was like, it'll work. However, I would rather put a speaker up front instead of in the back, so that way people can hear you. And then he was like, and then you say the dance floor is gonna be up there if people dance. All right, cool. This is how I think we should do it. I got tape. I could tape the cords down right there. We just gotta let the girls know that's coming on that side, because the girls came from that side, you know, and all that other stuff. Love you too, Seth. And so, you know, my brother had all this done in like 10 minutes.
He was in the wedding and still did that.
And then the wedding starts at 11. My brother, I put him down as a vendor, because he really kind of was. But my brother, I was like, look, this is what he was like. Well, I'm gonna get there at 8, and my brother was there at 8 o'clock on the dot. Actually, somebody told me he got there like 7:40, but he was there, and he was there with his sound equipment setting up. And it was straight, and it was good. By the time I got there, he was pretty much done setting up. He was just running through like mic checks and all of that kind of stuff. But yeah. So I'm like, yeah, it was just, I
don't know. I don't know if he was nervous. I don't know if it's the regular workflow. I don't know. We'll talk more about that later. Like.
But yeah, we're at my parents' house. Yeah. Yay.
Yeah.
Thanks for kicking it with us, guys.
Yeah, appreciate it.
We's married. Ooh. What is it? Left
hand banging?
Left hand banging.
That's for the guys. You can't left hand banging.
Look, and we got matching rings.
We did get matching rings. Yep.
So, mine's skinnier though.
It is.
I got the girl version.
She did.
And I actually let Mario pick out the ring.
She did.
I wasn't even extra.
Nope.
Mario was like, man, I know Mario was thinking, man, she gonna have an issue with every single thing.
I really, bro, like when we got behind, I'm like,
I was chilling.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
All right, Isha. Love you too, cuz.
So yeah, but it's my stomach growling, bro. I'm hungry. But yeah, I was really laid back. I was chill. I was just like, all right.
Yeah, one moment, but it was cool. I was like, I'll let you have it.
I had that one moment with the photographer though. I wasn't like, and it was a well-deserved moment.
Yeah.
And the thing was, I knew at that point his reaction was either gonna make it I need to text my cousin back. So I knew oh, that's awesome, that's Shelby. That's I pray for your dad every time I pray for mine, which is like multiple times a day. Like I always be like, look out for my daddy and Shelby daddy. Like not and I pray for everybody. Like I pray for your father. Like I pray for everyone, all my friends and family, but I be doing specific prayers just for healing powers.
I definitely understand that,
for that. But what was I talking about? I got so thrown off. Oh yeah. I knew the moment that when I had to snap, that it was either gonna make him man up and do it right and do what he gotta do, or it's gonna let me know that I need to take control, which is what I did. And so I'm literally in my wedding dress, and they're like, okay, this is what it says next. So I'm like in between shots. I'm like, yo, you need to get over there and you need to stand there. I was like, I need the best man to get right here. Like I was literally doing that. Like I was mid-sentence, like directing people where they need to go and still being like. And then he's like, you guys should all put your hands like this. I'm like, I'm not finna be in a picture with no men on both sides of me looking like they grabbing their cock. That's exactly why. And I was like, hand in your pocket. You have never in your life seen me pose anyone at a wedding with their hands like this. And then especially folded, but especially it's a way you do hands folded, but when you're turned like this, like they're all turned like this from us. So this is not going to work in front of them because you can't even really see their hands. So you're seeing the side view of them. So it really looks like that. And so then I have to be like, all right, ladies, simple stuff. I'm like, you're looking at us. So I shouldn't have to tell them, hey girls, if you're on my right, put your hand in your right hand. If you're on my left, put your bouquet in your left hand. Like I shouldn't have to tell people this. Yeah. This is what the videographer is for. This is what the photographer is for. So I'm just like over it. I was just like, So I took control of that. You saw how much faster we went when I started telling people how to stand, how to pose, and all that other stuff. Like the girls in the shot, instead of him who's standing in front of us rearranging people for us because he's looking at it, I'm literally telling people where to stand from the side, like from here. I'm like, you go there, you switch, you move there. I'm like, you over here tripping, bruh.
The key to wedding photography is always speed. You have to be moving, especially at that portion.
You didn't have a sandbag for that. You didn't have a now I'm gonna say this. Mario to tell y'all, I'm not a real sandbag person, but I
swear by sandbags, even though it don't work all the time.
I'm gonna say this: if I was doing an outside video photo shoot and I don't have a second person, I would have a sandbag. And me and Mario have had this conversation because those are way lighter. Like inside, and depending on where I'm at, I won't use a sandbag because my stands are pretty sturdy if I put them there. And
I just like sandbags as a safety thing, not even just for the lights.
But if I feel like if people bump into it, that sandbag ain't gonna keep it. Yeah,
it's their own fault. But
the light's still gonna fall if you bump into it.
But the thing is, the sandbag offers you a little bit of time to recover.
Yeah.
Like, so I mean, you're still sometimes depending on like a sandbag ain't always gonna be the answer.
I had to open the garage, guys, and it didn't open. But yeah, so I'm sitting here like, okay. You don't have anyone here. You got a groomsman holding it. Then when he had to get in the shot, we had to get one of our nephews, because they're my nephews too. Hey, one of our nephews to hold it. I'm like, this is ridiculous. And then the extra shots that I wanted to do, I couldn't even do because by the time we got around to it, like I wanted to do a shot with the nephews and with the aunts. I really put aunts, nephews, etc., cousins. And by cousins I meant like your Solomon, not yours, because you had a lot. Well, you only had one there that wasn't in a wedding. No. Like first cousin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So just Steve. Nah, Keisha was there.
Oh yeah, Keisha was there. But then by then Keisha was in there working. Yeah. So it's not like
what's up, Ashley? What's up, Kenya?
Hey Melvin. Hey Kenya. Y'all joined when we're leaving, so y'all gonna have to watch the posted version of this. But yeah, I'm like, why am I rearranging you people and telling y'all what to do when we paid this man this? Why am I paying you for me to have to do your work is what I don't understand.
Not even that.
And then what pisses me off even more, we already are giving you an easy job. Beyond the fact that we already gave a list and we already had everything set. The other reason why Megan was like, we're as simple as people we've ever. The easiest ones is because we were like, you don't even have to edit our work. Yeah. We will, send us the videos. Us, you can edit something for you, like for your work, but just send us the video and we'll edit it. And we tell him the same thing. We, just give us the pictures, we'll edit. I even brought my computer there for him to transfer it, but he was acting like he was in such a hurry. I was just like, bump it. And then he was like, oh, I didn't get a shot of the bottle. I know, Melvin, we are always in the car. But we just got to my parents' house.
That's the best way that we do the show. Like, we can't do this in the house.
I feel like at this point, our video last night, we were not in the car. The live video, we were dancing. That was at our
But we didn't really interact in the Melcy, though. You just ran the Melcy.
Yeah, I just ran it, but we were there.
there.
But after we did a couple of these, we were like, that's it. We just want to do them in the car. It's kind of like it's like our car podcast. So they got carpool karaoke. We got carpool podcast.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the Cordales couple therapy. We always label it the Cordales, but it's really couple therapy, which is a spinoff off of Foreign Exchange. No, it's gonna be the Cordales, but I was saying it was a spinoff of that. So. All right, guys.
I'm gonna start doing the theme song before it starts.
All right, so I'm about to go.
All right, y'all.
Like my braids? Aren't they dope? The lady that did them met me at 6:00 in the morning yesterday to do my braids, and she's like 9 months pregnant. So
that's love.
Yeah.
You also said you was about to go, and you started a whole nother topic.
I am. No, I was just saying. I just wanted them to see. I want them to be able to get the culture review. You see all of it because you see it from this angle.
That's true.
So yeah. All right. So my mama cat just came out here and looked at us like, "Are y'all coming in or what?" Like I've been waiting for you.
Really
I don't know why, cause I be telling her she ugly and I don't like her, so I don't know why she even comes. But oh well. And then I always like swerve her and go to my dog, and she'll come over there with me, and I'll be talking to my dog, and then she be like, "You just not." Gonna acknowledge me? Huh?
You want to stay in the car?
No.
I'm with you.
I'm hungry.
That's what's up. All right, y'all. We'll catch up with y'all in a minute. Appreciate and love all y'all.
Thanks for watching us.
Yep.
Thank you for coming, Cheryl. I know you're joining us. We're leaving, but thank you for coming.
Thank y'all for being there.
And PYAA shout.
PYAA was in the building.
All right, that's it.
EP4L.
TheCordales.com is about to be revamped, and you'll probably see in these videos and some other stuff on there.
It still exists.
So,
we just changed it.
You changed the purpose of it. Before it was a wedding, now it's the life of the Cordales.
Yeah.
The hashtag of the you know how stuff has a slogan?
Mm-hmm.
So it's the Cordales, hashtag really the Lees. That's like our slogan. And it's so funny because everybody was like, even my own cousin was like, the Lees. And she's like, no, they're not the Lees, Daddy. They're, it says Cordales and stuff. And he was like, no, his name Lees. I heard them the Lee.
Yeah.
It took about an hour, maybe an hour and a half. I think like an hour and a half it took her to braid my hair. But yeah, so that's our slogan. But
that's it.
We love you guys.
Love y'all.
We appreciate you, and we thank God for you. Bye.
Follow on Instagram.